Hey everybody, this is the first stream that I'm doing with the new Elgato Stream Deck. And let me mute the Twitch dashboard, which is what I'm looking at to verify things. So anyway, I ordered the Stream Deck on Sunday. It shipped and it arrived on Monday, and it arrived today. This is a new product. Costs $149 in the US. And the idea is it lets you control your stream with buttons that are made into this little keyboard. And so a lot of people have already posted videos, folks that got them before I did. I'm using OBS for my streaming. So for instance, I've got a button here that is display 2, which is where I'm running OBS. And I've also got display 1, which is my monitor, my main monitor. So we'll cut off display 1. This is showing you OBS, right? And cut off display 2. And now I can push the button to go back to display 1, which is my other button. You'll also see there's some other elements that are on the screen. For instance, I've got up at the very top of the screen, I've got the URL. For my Twitch channel, my 2 blogs, my SoundCloud. That's something that I've configured in OBS. If I want to toggle that off, I've got a button that I configured that takes that off. Take that off. Down in the lower right hand corner, I've got my channel logo or bug. That's just the EW. I also configured a button on the Stream Deck that if I push it, takes off the bug, which is pretty cool. It's kind of, the exposure's a little bit blurred out, but there's a button here that shows me the number of Twitch viewers I have. Right now I've only got 1 because I'm watching myself, and pushing it doesn't do anything. Watching myself on the dashboard, but that's pretty cool. Camera 1 is what I've got pointed at the Stream Deck. I've got a second webcam that's hooked up to my PC that's cam 2. If I want to cut it on, I can press that button. Now I've got cam 2, and I could follow up and cut off cam 1 if I wanted to, right? So, you know, this is just an idea of the way that you can do this. Well, now I've got this setting up where I have to reach a little bit forward to it. But the nice thing is, if I was playing a game, right, if I was in the middle of playing a game, then I wouldn't have to change focus out of the window that's on display 1 and click over onto display 2 to change my sources or my scenes in OBS. And sometimes games get really they get freaky when you click out and you change focus, or you have to mess around with the mouse with no borders or anything like that. And so that's one of the ways that, by letting you keep your mouse, letting you keep your focus, and instead of having to make sure you click on the right thing or whatever, you can just simply press a button. And like I said, I could locate that closer to where my hands are once I found a place for it, to make that a little bit easier. The other thing is, if you'll notice, I've got my microphone. I created a button to very easily And so that's a mute toggle that toggles off that microphone. If you had multiple audio sources in your mixer, for instance, another one of these is the mic from the PC. If the PC was if the PC had audio, I could also easily toggle that on or off as well, and I configured that to a button. Microphone toggle, PC audio toggle as well. So I could toggle my mics, I could toggle my displays, I could toggle my cameras, I can toggle overlays on the video on and off. If you look at my Twitch, or excuse me, if I look at my Twitter channel, you can see these are my latest tweets. I tweeted out a picture when I got the box on my computer desk 2 hours ago, 11 minutes ago. The Twitch software, when I put in an update on my Twitch dashboard, right, on my channel feed, it sent that out. And I also configured a button here that says Twitch tweet. If I push that, and you'll notice it changed momentarily to a little circle and the square, then what that should do is, if we refresh, watch me stream live on Twitch, right? And it pulled that from my Twitch profile page. Got that. The other thing is, we change back to the dashboard and we look in the Twitch chat. I mean, obviously I can type like that a message using the keyboard on my PC, but as I said, somebody may be in the middle of a game, they may be busy playing, and for that I've programmed a button that says hi and welcome to my Twitch channel, say hello and follow if you like. So that's a way that you can automate that as well. Another thing you can do is you can bind like a web page to a button. So I programmed a button here with one of my blog web pages. And there you go, it opens up. Opened up edwired.com. You can see there's my blog page, which also shows my tweets. I've also got a Twitch screen that shows up there, my SoundCloud and other stuff. My review of the Elgato Stream Deck will show up on this page after I've had a chance to play around with it and get a feeling for it. There's also the ability to control media from this. So if I click over here, I've already launched the media player on my PC, right? And let's take the bug off the screen. And one of the things the TweetDeck has is it's got the ability to dedicate a button to a folder. And what that means is there's multiple buttons below that. This folder is labeled media. So when I press it, we've got one button that's the way back up, back to where we came from. And I've got a button for stopping my stream. That's a hotkey that should be picked up by OBS. And then you've got the previous track, next track, play stop media, or pause play, stop media. There's a mute for your media, volume up and down, and I map the button to calculator. So let's click the pause play. And I already had clicked on a video of mine that I made this morning. And you could see it's playing along.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
I just muted the audio by pushing the mute button.
On the GDAX exchange.
I could raise the
overnight
audio. I could lower the audio.
Set to sell it.
I could go back. And I could stop. So those are other things that you can control on your system besides just using the controls for OBS and Twitch and stuff. You can launch apps. This launches calculator. And again, I mapped that. I set that up on my system. So there's a lot of things you can do with the Stream Deck. One of the things I'll do next is I'll show you down here in your system tray, and I'm using Windows, there is a Stream Deck app. And if we say preferences, this is where we can adjust the brightness on the Stream Deck. All right. This is where we can check the software version for updates. This is also where the firmware can be updated. To set up our accounts, our Twitch account, our Twitter account, and this also currently has integration with Tippy Stream, which I do not, I don't use that. In the future, as the Elgato integrates other software APIs, then this is where those things might show up. But this is what's there as of launch. This is the way that you can delete, reset, clear, import, and export or save the layout that you create. So one of the things I did before I started this video was I exported the layout, and it's just a file that went onto the documents folder of my PC. Another place, another thing we can do is we can actually go into the configure Stream Deck. And this is the app. Let me get this situated here. This is the app that comes with Stream Deck. And you'll see, again, these are the buttons that I created to toggle cam 1. It says collections. This is the desktop, the scene, main, and the source. In this case, this is the Logitech C920 webcam. Almost the same, except for cam 2, it's the Microsoft LifeCam. So those are the two webcams that I have hooked up to my PC, cam 1 and cam 2. Microphone, right? This is where I can toggle, I can mute the microphone that's hooked up to my PC. PC audio, this is where I can mute that audio source. And again, this all goes back to things that are in OBS. Here is sources and scenes, right? So those have to have existed here before you go in here to configure them. There was a button that was configured here to take you to a welcome page. Welcome to Stream Deck, right? And so at some point I'm going to delete that button by clicking here. All right, this was the bug button that points back to the logo that exists on my as a source in OBS. Display 1, display capture 1 main, display 2, display capture 2. I've put auxiliary on there. Twitch chat, there's that message. The Twitter tweet, all right. This would enable slow chat. Well, I'm not concerned about that. So I could click delete that item. And then if I wanted to create a new item there, this is where I could choose from something over here. Now, if I had an Elgato game capture, then I'd be using options underneath that. If I had an account on Tippy Stream, I'd be using options underneath that. But for my setup, OBS, Twitter, Twitch, and then just simple system things. So for system, if I click open app and I drop it there, and I might say like the task manager, and then you can say do you want that on the bottom of the icon, across the middle, across the top? Do you want to get creative maybe and bust it up so it goes a little bit up, a little bit down? And then it's going to say the app file. You could click that. Was it task mgr.exe, if I remember correct? Is that right? We can see if that's the case, right? We can and there we go. It opens up Task Manager for us, and we can take a look, see what's going on. So that's an example of how to program a button. Clicking this gear is going to take us to that preferences, accounts, and general dialog box we saw previously. Clicking a folder then takes you down into that folder. So if you wanted to, you could get kind of fancy here, and you could make multiple buttons folders. So for instance, you could put a folder and label it Twitch, and then put all the Twitch related stuff in it. You could label a button and I see this isn't you could label a button something else and put that in there. So you can actually go beyond like the number of buttons by using folders and then diving down into folders. I think the idea is to have things easily kicked off, and so the more folders you have, the more difficult it might be to get down in there and to do things. The other thing that I have not done at all yet is there is a web page that lets you create the pictures, the little icons that you put on here. So you've got the ability to really customize these things, and that's what I'm going to do a little bit later on. Instead of trying to do it in real time, I'm probably going to create some customized icons and screen cap, and then edit the time out of it, and probably just do that as a YouTube video, or maybe a video that gets uploaded to Twitch as well. So this is, again, kind of a first look at the Elgato Stream Deck, and I've had it hooked up to my PC for all of probably about 30 minutes right now. So I found it pretty intuitive. There was one software update that came out last night or this morning to the Stream Deck software. I did apply that. I didn't see any firmware updates. I had it hang up on me once already today, so the software may not be perfect, and that's not that's not a surprise to me, being that that just came out today. It's almost 1.0 with a couple updates. So anyway, if you were thinking about getting the Stream Deck, those are some things. I didn't have it kick off any memes. I haven't configured it to kick off any video clips. I haven't configured it yet to click off any sound effects. I don't typically use a lot of overlays or other stuff, so I'm certain there's a whole lot of other things that it can be used for. I was reading on Reddit and reading on other stuff, and there was a lot of things like, well, you know what? I can do that with just by buying a second keyboard, and I can cut little paper things over the keys, and I can bind hotkeys to the actions. And the answer is yes, absolutely, you can do all of that. If you don't see $149 worth of value here, then a lower cost option is probably going to be the best thing for you. If you think, well, you know, this might be worth $100, then there may be a chance to pick up one of these used or returned in a while. But you're probably not going to be able to get it at that price right as it launches. For me, I want to just when I get the inspiration, I want to just be able to sit down and to go and to record a YouTube video or to stream up to Twitch using OBS and not have to play around with it, not have to remember a whole bunch of hotkeys, and just go. So for me, I think this is going to be worth it for me. And again, worst case, I could turn around and sell it later on. But my initial impression when I took it out of the box was it's pretty nice. As a lot of the people that already did reviews on these said, I sort of wish the cable on it was removable so that you could, just use a longer USB cable. It was long enough for me to be able to reach down to run the cable down and plug it into a USB outlet on the front of my PC, the top of my PC. When I'm doing my music stuff and I'm over here, it's going to be a bit of a reach, right? So I would have liked to have a longer cable so I could turn around and I could put it right over here and not have to do much. So that's probably if you wait for a second version of this to come out, maybe Elgato will take that advice and make it with the ability to use longer USB cables. You can always get an extension cable, I guess, if you wanted to. I'm looking forward to, I guess, more integration here. I haven't done a lot of binding hotkeys to this. I only did one before I recorded the video because I wanted to go ahead and get the video recorded and get the stream up. But I went into OBS and I made it a hotkey Alt Control T, and I bound that to stop streaming in OBS. And so that'll be the last thing that I do on this video. I'll reach up and I'll push the button to stop streaming, and I'll see if it stops OBS's stream. Now I've also got, at the very same time, I've got OBS recording this because I'm going to turn around and use that to post up to YouTube. So for folks that watch it on YouTube, we'll see if the stream stopping works. So for my Twitch folks, I hope you enjoyed this, and stand by for the next pass when I'll be doing some more with this. At some point, I'll also be streaming some more music or some more game stuff. But for now, for Twitch folks, that's going to do it. So let's do this. Let's go to our OBS display. Let's take this bug off. Right. So right down here is stop streaming, and there's stop recording, and I'm currently recording. Let's see if when I push stop stream, let's see if that hotkey is going to do it. So let's do this right here, stop stream. Didn't do it. Did not work for me. Yeah. So that's not working like I thought it would. Not a big deal. We'll give that another try in the future. So for now, we're going to go ahead and end the stream, end the recording too. Thanks, everybody. See you later. Thank you for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe.